Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Eliminate the high-ranking CFA official in charge of supplying weapons to UNITA. The target stays at Nova Braga Airport. Head to the airport first.
О, это не то.
The contract is to eliminate a high-ranking CFA officer. CFA doesn't just hire UNITA soldiers as mercenaries. They're also supplying UNITA with weapons. It just smacks of Western nations manipulating them against the socialist MPLA. Naturally, the MPLA is not happy with the situation and wants us to put a stop to it. Your standard issue East-West proxy war. Except it appears our target is the man in charge of how many weapons get supplied to UNITA. Apparently his MO is to keep the Civil War going as long as possible, so CFA can keep making a profit. Bad for business if UNITA wins too soon. So they sit back and suck the people dry. Parasites of war. Our intel suggests the target rarely ventures outside of Nova Braga Airport. But rumor has it that a Western arms dealer is headed there soon for an inspection. That could be your chance to eliminate the target from a distance. We also heard that he plans to leave the country following the inspection. This may be our only opportunity to take him out.
Понял. Наконец-то смог Бурков создать транквилизационный. Это приятно. Попробуем. Пока еще не стрелял с него. Надеюсь, он такой же точный, как и обычный транквилизатор. Допустим.
We've just received word that the arms dealer due to inspect Nova Braga Airport is on his way. Once his chopper has arrived, they'll be touring the facilities along with the target. Let him bring the target out into your line of fire.
Окей, попробуем. Попробуем. Я уже слышу вертолет. Это птица. Это самолет. Да. От вертолета я точно теперь слышу. Вот он, да. Да, чтоб он меня не заметил теперь. Это очень плохо. Что там еще снайперами все. Обложено. Значит, этот садится как раз. Они еще и на Волкергирах, блин. Охренеть. Блин, надо как-то туда попасть. Блин, чел еще сюда подошел. А где сам торговец-то? В итоге так и не особо понятно просто. Паркур!
Ons sukses in Sentraal-Afrika en die SANR. Die Olieveldvoorval was regtig 'n skande.
Skande is korrek. Nou het 'n klomp hier soldaat honde vas.
Iemand het my vertel dat ons teen iemand soos hy te staan sal kom nie. Ons kontrak het slegs gespesifiseer dat ons die fasiliteit moet beskerm teen plaaslike bevolking en militante faksies. Beskerming teen PF's gerigsteen met moderne tegnologie is 'n heel ander werk.
Ek het genoeg hoor. Vereers het ons 'n inspeksie om af te handel. Wys my die plek.
Begryp. Kom ons begin by die suidelike. Stap die kant toe.
Could those two be the target and the arms dealer?
Сейчас узнаем.
That's the target.
Mission info has been updated.
Оба с оружием. Я думал, просто без оружия будет чел, поэтому... Опа. Я какой-то еще... Как это сюда идет в итоге? Вроде. Надо обойти как-то их. В итоге какую-то коробку смог создать. Непонятную. Из-за того, что все места доставки отметил. Я надеюсь, я здесь могу пройти. Что-то это будет тупо. О, отлично. Это что? Это крыса была или еж? На ежа больше похоже было, честно говоря. Так, куда бы деться-то? Куда бы деться? Зря я сюда залез.
Dit is die suidelike hek. Die dak het al
Ну конечно. Ну конечно. Псина, вот псина, вот серьезно. Охренеть просто. То есть они сейчас не поговорят из-за этого. И это вот не первый раз это дерьмо случается. Блин. У них нету зеркала заднего вида, поэтому они нас не видят. Все логично.
shortly.
Интересно, а как вот эти штуки спереть? Их же можно спереть по-любому. Вали отсюда, вот честное слово. А, она типа... Понятно. Влагонепроницаемая картон. Картонка. Собак сидит.
Hierdie is die noordelike einde.
Dieselfde groot. Dit sal fyn wees. Ons het al die ruimte hier waar ons nodig het.
Waarvoor het jy sulke groot einders nie? Is dit nie hoogtyd dat ek weet?
Sekerlik, kom nie. Jy en jou manne sal 'n deurslaggewende rol speel. Ons gaan die lughawe gebruik as afsetpunt vir die verkoop van nuus.
Verkoop van nuus. Jy sien.
Dis wat ons doen. Natuurlik is die verspreiding van kernwapens 'n opsie. Maar wat as die atoombom op enige plek kan bou sonder spesialisfasiliteite, sonder hoëgraad uran? Dis die nuwe sakemodel. Dink net aan die markandeel wat ons kan betrek.
Meneer, ernstig.
Ek is altyd ernstig. Jou verkoopsroetes gaan onvervangbaar. As jy nie 'n nuus het, sal die MPLA ook wil. Betaling sal uiteindelik groot termynregte wees en dies meer. Maar sedert die oliebaronne Amerika se spoorwegstelsels verlam het, sal daar altyd 'n mark vir olie wees. En nie tussen diamante sal nogal 'n lekker payday wees. 'n Meisie se beste vriend natuurlik, hè. Dis PR vir jou. Elke sakker se skrouende girlfriend is deel van ons bemarkingspan. En die Afrikaner mors net al die geld. Koop wapens om mekaar uit te moer. Die regte wêreld. Ag, snaaks, nee my broer.
Vertel dit vir wie ook al my verstaan. Ons is oorlogmakers. Ek erken dit. Ons maak 'n lewe met bloedgeld. Onder oorlog is my manne werkloos. Dis ons enigste uitweg van alle ander industrie is uit die streek verdryf en koloniale magte wat minste. Dis eintlik al wat ek kan hanteer.
Toe gaan die jakkals.
Het jy genoeg gesien? Dra die ondersoek verby is. As jy my chasse toe vat, soos ons saam gestem het.
So jy wil die kans verspeel, die grootste besigheidskans wat ooit jou kant toe gekom het. Niemand sal wel jou plek oorneem. Maak nie saak wat ek of jy doen nie. Die getuie van die ekonomie sal sy gang gaan. Nie terwyl die groot moondhede stry oor al die ryk.
Die beheerkoring is die kant toe.
They feed off the conflict and turn around and blame the colonial governments? Now that's hypocrisy.
Допустим. А как мне быть теперь? Ты настолько слепой, да? Спасибо. Спасибо, игра. Где? Нет никого. Вам кажется, господа? Вам все кажется. Отлично. Я думаю, можно посидеть и послушать музыку, пока не едут куда-нибудь.
Boss, about those invalids you saw in that devil's house.
Poor bastards. All strapped down to their beds, with those lumps on their chest.
The medical staff tell me they were probably a type of cyst.
Cysts can get that big.
In some cases, yes. But supposing they're a kind of atheroma forming on the surface of the skin, the size is just too big, and the appearance is all wrong. In the end, the medical team were at a loss. Those lumps were like nothing they'd ever seen. The fluid you said you got on your prosthesis when you touched one was burned off in the fighting. And the factory burned down too. None of the tests we did once you were back at the base revealed a pathogen that could have caused them. Meaning we don't have a single sample to work with.
Everything went up in flames.
What worries the medical team most is whether it's contagious. Whether there's a chance we could end up like that.
And
Mother Base's sanitation control has always been strict. After all, war is great at transporting diseases. For the time being at least. There's no sign of contagion or any symptoms that could be related.
Отлично. Просто коробка. Дурак. Охренеть. Коробки расстреливают. Так, мы вернулись на главное здание, да, получается? Хорошо. Я вижу алмазик.
The enemy chopper is heading over to pick them up. Take out target before it gets
Отвлекли.
there.
Ek het amper vergeet om te vra. Ek hoor daar's 'n siekte in die omgang. Maar hy massa.
Ja, baie vreemde siekte. Maar die streek was nie tak. Eintlik was die kans dat die wat alles gehandel het, maar hulle almal gesterf. Nou is die gebied so beset.
Vergeet van die warmte. Kom eens waar. Helikopter is op pad.
They know something about the experiments going on in that factory. Well, there's no time now. Act now or the target will leave the airport. Boss. Take him out.
Нихера себе. Что, блин? Вы чё, охерели, что ли? Ладно. Как мне их эвакуировать? Камеры? Нихера себе.
Mission info has been updated.
Как мне отсюда свалить теперь еще? Вопрос хороший. Это не он, блин. Это же не он. Мне нужен этот дебил. Фак. О, здесь крыша. Отлично. И погнали отсюда. Так. Можно еще послушать, я думаю. 3 минуты.
Yeah. You said that their throats were cut open, with an acoustic tube pushed inside?
Right. The tubes were hooked up to tape recorders, playing some kind of audio.
Well, we picked up some of that audio through your radio transmissions and recorded it here. The intel team has been working on analyzing the communications log.
What have they found?
There's nothing tying the contents together. We've got a report on 3 deaths in a car accident on the autoroute near Marseille. Protests outside the Libyan embassy in London, a press conference with the former Prime Minister of Sweden, a 4-month-old weather forecast for Balikpapan, and then commercials for appliances, cough syrup, and TV dinners. Assuming they're not all staged, they come off as recordings of your average public broadcasts.
Public broadcast? Just radio and TV signals?
Yes, from all over the world. We're looking into whether they're
Да
genuine
сколько
or not,
можно
just to be
этих
sure.
тревог?
What else? A speech that sounds like it was recorded out on the street, and people chatting about how this year's tomato crop did.
And there's nothing they have in common?
We're partway through the cryptanalysis. That includes checking all audio ranges and running it backward and at different speeds. Then there's vocabulary breakdown for political suggestions, ideological comment points. But I don't think it's going to get us anywhere.
Where were the recordings made?
There's nothing linking them from that angle either. Just like you reported, we've detected virtually every major language there is. French, German, Italian, Spanish, including South American accents. Then there's Russian, Hindi, Arabic, Portuguese, Mandarin, Cantonese, Japanese.
They're nothing if not thorough.
Well, I don't know if we've got them all covered. Ignoring the ones that have gone extinct, supposedly over 5,000 languages exist today. Besides, English isn't one of the ones we picked up.
Really? English?
I know. Only 5% of the world's population is a native English speaker. But when you factor in those who've acquired it as a second language, nearly 1/3 of the people speak it. The world's dominant lingua franca. You gotta figure they had it somewhere among all the languages in that place.
No English.
Bear in mind, we didn't hear everything that was played in that room. We couldn't isolate the more distant sounds due to static, and the program could have been set to change every day. In a nutshell, for reasons unknown, people in that room with a common medical condition were made to listen to recordings in languages from around the world. It's not clear how the growths on their chests fit into it. It could have been treatment for them, or maybe an experiment of some kind.
I'm guessing one person knows.
Yeah, Skullface. He was there. The only thing we can say for sure is that he's involved. Gaining altitude.
А что у меня там еще одна осталась? По-моему, музыка, да? А, это Снейк еще.
Exfiltrated.
All right, you're out of the hot zone. No enemy forces in pursuit. Mission complete.
Тот самый Снейк Итер.
Boss, about that target you extracted. He says he wants to work for us. Having talked to him, he doesn't seem that bad a guy. Apparently, the arms dealer's people demanded they prolong the conflict, and he couldn't go against the management. That doesn't excuse everything he did, but his skills will make him a useful asset. Let's put him to good use. I've tossed that arms dealer in the break. The way he tells it, he worked in logistics with the South African army, but he was headhunted by Singer. Whoever gave him the orders would only have been a pawn of Skullface anyway. But apparently he hasn't been in contact for some time. He doesn't know much about Singer, not even what its president looks like. Just another cog in the machine. Boss, about those walker gears spreading all over Africa, Huey's got an idea for a counter-weapon. Come on back to base.
This. It's a variable, multi-legged tank. A spin-off of Metal Gear technology.
Big fan of spin-offs, isn't he? I hear he borrowed from the Soviets in Costa Rica, too.
The design allows for a lot of freedom in setups. It's based around a central core unit, so you can quickly reconfigure the hardware to suit any sort of mission parameters.
What the good doctor's trying to say is that it's customizable.
Naturally, it will raise the probability of success for standard missions. But it functions as an improved deterrent by increasing your preemptive strike capability against enemy elements. You just deploy it in a war zone, and its superior firepower puts the brakes on enemy attacks. Eventually, the whole war machine grinds to a halt. A true battle gear!
Cause I'm having deja vu here.
I don't like him any more than you. But we need this.
You think it'll cut it in the field?
Turning radius is better than any tanks. That's great for regional skirmishes. Tech like this is popping up all among the PFs. Best way to deal with them is to fight fire with fire.
I'll await your instructions then, boss.
So do we have your approval to commence development?
Fine.
Consider yourself off the chopping block, Doctor.